Thank you very much for that lead-in, Dugan. I also just want to point out that I've just placed into the chat screen a link to a website. This website features our interactive map tools. Everybody is more than welcome to click on it, and I personally will not be offended if you happen to click on it while I'm giving my presentation here. But thank you so much for attending tonight and for being here for this presentation, where I'm going to be talking about a mapping project that myself and a group of co-researchers have undertaken, where we've explored effectively the risk landscape around COVID-19 across the province of British Columbia, looking at it at the neighborhood level. So I think, like many of those who are here in the virtual room tonight, my first awareness of the changing landscape of what was about to happen came from these kinds of tweets, other kinds of messages that happened in early January. My initial responses to the pandemic as it unfolded were those that most of us undertook as citizens, as opposed to necessarily as a health researcher. But as things moved forward, I started to realize that my role as a health geographer really positioned me to offer some unique spatial perspectives on what's been happening. On the right-hand side of the screen, you happen to see the title of a new edited book that's just come out, where we have compiled 60 chapters that actually look at how the discipline of geography is being reimagined as a result of the pandemic. But in going through this process, as well as my hat as a health services researcher, I felt like there's something that I could do in my research work to bring forward information that offers a unique spatial perspective, and that's what I'm here to talk about tonight. So this, as you know, and I really never thought I would be quoting Oprah in this way in a presentation, but I had one of those aha kind of moments, as a researcher might understand, where I saw a call for grants coming from the Michael Smith Foundation for Health Research, where they explicitly said that they were looking to fund teams to look at the human geographic considerations in British Columbia with regard to the pandemic. As a trained health geographer, I can say that it's not every day that you see a granting competition that has as an objective to explore human geographic considerations. The Michael Smith Foundation funded 20 teams to undertake various research related to COVID-19, and we were the only one in that competition to actually touch on this human geography priority, and that's what I'm going to tell you. Okay. Oh, sorry about that. Oh, this is my first time presenting in Gather, so please forgive me. But we wanted to produce 3 maps, and I'm going to be talking about the first one very briefly in the rest of this presentation. If you happen to have clicked on the link, you would have actually seen something like this at the top of that map, or of the top of the website. So our first product of this grant is to produce this map that looks at COVID-19 risks across BC's neighborhoods. How did we do this? We identified variables that actually contribute to risk. We looked for census data or other publicly available geographic data that would help us to link to particular neighborhoods. We integrated those variables into the model. We sought feedback on the model from public health officials, and then we refined our model to produce the maps. So also there was a critical moment. So I already shared an aha moment. A critical moment that we had in this project was we realized that we needed to actually combine 2 different types of factors. We needed to combine those factors that relate to the kinds of activities that people undertake within neighborhoods. So these could be, for example, risky occupational activities, as well as risky places within neighborhoods. And as a result, and again, if you look at the website, you can see that we produced 3 maps that contribute to the overall model. So we have the blue map, we have the red map that look at people-based and place-based factors, and then the purple map that brings together the full vulnerability landscape around COVID-19 exposures. We also got ongoing feedback from public health professionals that really sort of emphasized the importance of having an interactive public-facing website along the lines of what I've shared with you tonight, and also pushed us to refine some aspects of the work that we were undertaking. Again, these are the types of maps that you'll see on the website. You can click on individual variables in order to explore them. And we released this map on December 24th. There was a ton of media coverage as a result. This is my artistic representation of how I spent the very end of December and early January, as in my inbox was on fire. It got a lot of media coverage, but also we had groups reaching out from us across the country that were interested in replicating our model, and also interested in applying it in their context. And finally, just as a quick teaser, we're making our second model right now. We're in the final stages of it, where we're looking at forward-looking long-term health impacts, not of COVID-19, but of the pandemic measures more largely. And with that, I'd like to thank you for listening to this presentation, and I encourage you to take a look at our website.